Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and welcome to the Failed Experiments. This is the third boss in the Dungeon Journal, and it is a tier boss as well. Drops like tier gloves, so potentially pretty good loot. On Heroic, ended up being quite an easy boss from the way they tested it here. You can see the health on this thing is melting very quickly. There's 3 different experiments, and basically the way it works is there's kind of ramping mechanics in the later phases of the fight. Here, though, this first guy kind of just doesn't do anything. He does this frontal that you dodge. He does this mechanic where he like dashes to people. Do you remember Remornia doing that in Sire Denathrius, where it picks 3 people, draws a little arrow between them, and then jumps between them and hits anybody in the way? It does this bellowing roar, which is fall off damage, but not much fall off damage, so we didn't respect that mechanic at all. Yeah, here's this mutilation. You can see 3 people are being targeted by this arrow, and he's going to dash them. He actually does play. He puts a little arrow on the ground once, showing which order he's going to do it in, but it doesn't keep playing, so you have to really look for it right when it spawns if you want to care about which one he's going to go to first. In practice, those are probably just going to go like edge of room and form a little triangle on the edge of the room, and then it won't matter which order they pick and everybody else will make sure they're not between the boss and any of those 3. So the first boss dies, and basically nothing has happened. Now we are on to the second boss. The tank mechanic on this boss is kind of interesting. You can see it happen right there. Everybody has this debuff now for 20 seconds, this dot. But the way this tank mechanic works is the boss gives you stacks, and all 3 bosses give you the same stack, of no duration dot. That dot gets cleared when you run onto another player that also has that dot. So basically when you swap tanks, then the 2 tanks will both have stacks of this dot and can clear by smashing into each other. And that also does a burst of raid damage and puts a dot on everybody. So you want to do it not as often, as infrequently as possible. Now this phase also has these erratic remnants. This is a dot that the boss casts, and it bounces between players when it's dispelled, but it stacks up over time, so it becomes nastier and nastier if you don't dispel it. So you can see it over there. We have our people testing, see if you can immune it. You can't. There's no immune cheese available on it. And so whenever you do dispel it, it spawns this circle, and then the circle spawns an ad as well. And so you just kill the ad, and you have this debuff bouncing around that you're trying to not dispel until it gets too unmanageable in terms of how much damage it's doing. Again, you can see on the raid frames right now, it's on our monk. Gets dispelled on X, which was our plan for this. And then there's going to be an ad spawning on X, and now one of our warlocks has it. The boss casts another one there right at the end of this phase. So now we have 2 of these debuffs going around that we're going to keep dispelling. And that's the plan to manage that, is just let them get to fairly high stacks. It's on 2 warlocks right now, so they can kind of live for quite a while. This boss does like AoE disintegrating a bunch of targets, and they're doing AoE around them. This boss also spawns a temporal anomaly, which is a healing orb. You can see that sand orb now bottom right of the screen is coming in, but anybody can walk into that and kick it in whatever direction they're walking. So you just make sure that doesn't reach the boss, because it gives the boss a 10% health shield if it does. And then other than that, you are just attacking. And so you've got these ads that are spawning whenever the thing is getting dispelled. The boss does a deep breath as well, where it will go to the side of the room and just deep breath the raid. I'm not sure if we're going to see that in this footage, but it is another mechanic that the boss does. We think the boss maybe got confused because there was always a remnant discharging, and so it wasn't deep breathing on this pull. But yeah, basically it goes to the side of the room, deep breaths, and just murders anybody that it hits with it. So you want to make sure you don't get hit by that. Here we were testing a new strat of just spam dispelling people, so that our healers could pad some HPS and we could pad some DPS on all these ads, because they're kind of, you can see them looking at health bars, right? Like nobody's in any real danger here. I'm the only person in some danger because I had 23 stacks of the tank debuff, and even that wasn't too bad. But let me just quickly go back and show you what the deep breath looks like in a previous pull, perhaps. Should be this one. Yeah, okay. I think he deep breaths in this pull, and you can see perhaps what it looks like. Here's me kicking some of that temporal anomaly, moving that thing around, and eventually there are multiple temporal anomalies around, so you can kick multiple of them away. And I think the boss is maybe going to do... Yeah, here it is. Prepares to take in a deep breath, goes to the side of the room, deep breaths down the middle, bang! You can see kills our mage, kills a rogue, right? Does a lot of damage with that deep breath, so... Does another one. Oh, wow! More players getting killed, so that's going to be something to look out for. But for some reason, it didn't do that on our other pull, so yeah, maybe we confused it by spawning a bunch of remnants, although there are a lot of remnants here as well, so I don't know what caused it to do it this pull and didn't cause it to do it the other pull. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've been enjoying the raid testing videos. I'll maybe make some more for the mythic testing. Maybe not. I'm not sure exactly what my plans are. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see ones as the mythic difficulty comes out. Probably not going to do any for normal testing or anything like that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.